Here we are. The storms of Poko Kohara. I wonder what's within this. Why is it?
Good gone. Grit's gonna get everywhere.
Grit is going to get everywhere. But what about those Valians that are supposed to be here? Or maybe here. What are these flags for? The obelisk is covered in Engwithan runes. Beware, the gods punish trespassers. Maybe those are markers for the Valians to find their way back out of this hole. Dang. Bodies have been found. Though they are quite old bodies. Oh, we got trouble. Desert worms. And it's like an oasis Delamgon.
Take that.
Making a bit of a crash. All right. Tangle. Okay.
Why not?
We're all bit better now. A worm egg. Oh, we got a pet. Desert worm hatchet. Okay. But there's a little oasis out here. That's nice. There's more eggs. Is that what got the Valians? It wasn't the ancient Engwithans that turned out to be just worms.
We got trouble, folks.
That's okay. Not that. Let's do a good old fireball. Probably something within that range. There we go. We got flankers. Go get them, Tunk.
You like that?
All things worth and raw.
You don't whack him any harder. That must have hurt.
What's this guy right here, eh?
Yeah, all right.
Hey.
Just around this guy right here. Smack him around. There we go.
Sure.
There we go. There's also Zalrip. Which doesn't really surprise me. They tend to be wherever worms and dragons might be found.
It's mine now.
Oh. Thundercrack pistol. Sweet.
Leave it to me.
Sweet loot. Man, it's been a while since we've had some combat and adventuring to do. These look like islanders here. Probably workers hired by the Valians.
All things worth and raw.
Let's do
Okay.
Look at this.
So we got the beginnings of a temple
Why not?
here. There's lots of shiny rocks around the outside of it here. Nothing much there. Oh, we got more skeletons. Maybe the Valians got picked clean. That looks like a fresh body. Refresher. That's where he collapsed.
Up! It's coming!
It.
I'm sorry.
Apretta, inside!
So those are the Valians. Wonder what's chasing them. Something big sounded like, or it felt like. The screen was all shaking, so like step, step, step. So there's the temple, but there could still be treasures to be found out here. Burp.
Leave it to me.
This weathered stone well seems fairly old, though you see fresh signs of excavation in the sand around it. A rope dangles over the side, trailing down into the darkness. We don't need to be here just yet. I bet that might be another entrance. Well, it is just a well. I don't know, it might be an entrance. But we're not ready for it yet.
I don't suppose I'd stay here long either.
Seems like it. Though there is a spirit essence here. The tent is empty, but for a stack of excavation tools, shovels, spades, and brushes half buried in the sand. The sparsely furnished tent stinks of spoiled rations. You find a rolled-up map inside a satchel. It shows a course plotted from Tikawara, an island to the west.
I should not have left Vector with those Swana.
Then swim back to Tikawara. We will take our share.
Why did they leave him? Dueno? Why did Dueno have second thoughts about leaving him behind? Oh, we got sand grubs.
After him! Yeah!
Oh, that's not good. That ain't fun at all. Pulled me in.
Yeah, alright.
Pull out of there.
Lavaru beyond seek.
Gonna be fighting in that.
All thick, worth and raw.
Lavaru beyond seek. Hey, that wasn't half bad.
All thick, worth and raw.
Me too.
Lavaru beyond seek. All
Lavaru
thick,
beyond
worth
seek.
and raw.
Okay. Well, that's a little nasty thing there. I don't know if we want to try the front door right away. Because the Valians probably blocked it. Because something was chasing them. And they retreated this way. So they probably wanted to blockade the door in some way, shape, or form. Or trap it or something. So the well may seem like a safer entrance. Let's toss down a pebble first. After a few seconds, there's a splash. So there's water down there. I'll just go down the rope myself. The tall stag takes a firm grip on the rope and descends. It's not long before the dark surface of the water becomes visible below. The end of the rope dangles just above the water. You spot a patch of burlap against the muck and stone. An old sack appears to have been lost, or hidden in a crack in the wall. Unfortunately, the sack is out of arm's reach, and the material looks worn thin. It might be possible to swing over and grab the sack, but any blunder is likely to snag it on the stone. I can do it. Hi-ya! You kick your legs back and forth. The smooth, deft motions bring you closer and closer to the wall until the sack is finally in reach. Grab it. As the sack comes free, it snags on the stone and rips open. Glittering gems spill from the tear as the rope swings in its smooth, steady arc. A quick grab could save the falling gems, but the sack still feels heavy with treasure. Man, I can't remember what his dexterity is. It's not good. Oh. Maybe I can. Try to, at least. You hold the rope and torn sack with one hand and deftly catch the falling gems with the other. Oh my goodness, that's a bunch of pretty rocks. You tighten your grip on the rope and haul yourself back up into the blistering desert sun. So it was not another entrance. So we do gotta try the front door, which the Valians might have trapped. Brilliant. Or maybe I'm working myself up in paranoia. Uh-oh.
Scallywag's hoe, Cap.
Okay, alright, Seraphim, get out of there. You don't need to be there. All melee guys, get in there and smack around.
Damn the lads.
Okay. So quite strong. Back up, Aloth. What big spell do you have? Chain lightning? That's not really that. Okay. Just the good old precisely piercing burst. Oh goodness, he's grabbed him. Thrown down a dare.
You like that?
Okay, a dare. You're gonna need a refreshing defense. Aloth. We don't really want any of those. We want some more powerful spell casting going on here.
Gothic worthen wrath.
Okay.
Like frog in the figurehead.
Oh goodness. Kicked him over. Jeez. This guy's pretty rough, ain't he?
After him. Missed. Nice hit.
And then it crumbles down again. So did the Valians defeat it, or did it just get to the door, then decide, yeah, I've chased them far enough, and give up? It's got living steel and living iron in it.
Of course.
Well then. The patina over this entrance tells of age and long exposure. In spite of its degradation, the copper door is as heavy and densely forged as a vault. Gravity holds the slab firmly against stone. Maybe there's some way of opening it. Old markings in the shape of fingers suggest the Ingwithan Titans once possessed the strength to raise the door. It's difficult to tell from here if anything else once controlled the door's opening or closing. You find a hole in the surrounding stone which bears the same spiral shell pattern as the key you acquired on Tikawara. You also take note of scour marks at the base of the door, likely evidence of a pry bar used to wedge it open. The damage to the stone looks recent. If anyone made it inside the door, it has long since closed behind them. We just want to put the key in there. Maybe they'll deactivate the security systems or something. After you dust away some of the sand blocking the hole, the Muzuma shell fits perfectly. You turn the shell to the right. Resistance it encounters quickly gives way to the sound of gears turning behind the stone. The door slowly rises. The opening discharges a breeze of stale air and something else. A feeling which emanates from the yawning darkness that makes your every hair stand on end. Well then. Oh. Never heard of that.
One of my eyes be open.
We've got some adventuring gear there. A thin layer of sand and dust has settled upon these crates.
And now we're out of the wind. What else could possibly go wrong?
Wonder what this mural is.
Leave it to me.
Striding alongside the Inguithan figures depicted on this mural, you notice what appear to be Juana. Well, the skeleton's over on the right. So left is probably a bit more safer for now. And this body's in here too. Fresh.
I know.
Ah, traps. And lots of them. Good thing we got a pirate. Pirates know how to disarm traps.
That right there is why you always check for traps.
That's right. What's this all
I
about?
know.
Hidden passageways. The mural depicts Juana and Inguithan figures gathered before a blue flame. Wonder what that means. Inguithan braces, mother of pearl.
Leave it to me.
Got some grog. This crocodilian idol is unfamiliar to you. Juana carvings along the offering bowl suggest it was once revered. So the Juana and Inguithans worked together for quite some time on these structures. There's some Adra. We don't want to touch it just yet.
Sure.
See if there's anything in this room here. Scarab beetles.
I shall. This one.
There's a revenant too.
Like flogging a
A
figure.
vessel.
Futile.
Beyond seek.
Arthek Worthen Roth.
Take this. Right on target. Lava beyond seek.
Arthek Worthen Roth.
Poor guy. Just shambling about. Didn't really know what hit him.
A light's foot and an heavy bullet, I cap.
Dang. Sneezed my glasses right off. The outer wall of this room seems to have buckled inward under a tide of sand and rubble. Cooler air wafts up from the fissure in the floor. So there's more levels to
Why
this?
not?
Obsidian shell. Okay. Now we can touch the eye.
Merle, she came after me.
Okay. Wonder whom we pushed where. That? Down the fissure or something? Or maybe over there? Can't tell if that's a her. The brazier's roiling flames give off a intense light, but no heat.
Would you look at this?
Trap? Where? Did I... What is it? I don't see any trap. Okay. Now I see a trap.
Sure.
Ah, there's a trap and treasure. Okay.
Arthek Worthen Roth.
Lava beyond seek. Why not?
One of my eyes be open.
Okay.
Be a pound or two of gold, Cap. if you can get it into our hold.
It's a pretty big rock.
Leave it to me.
Lights and shapes seem to stir just beneath the surface of the Adra, rippling past in irregular motions. Juana figures prostrate themselves before a blue flame. I keep hearing about this blue flame, but still none the wiser on it.
You got a chisel and some wheelbarrows?
It's another big rock. Is this the same one that we just passed?
Sure.
But below, the luminous Adra appears infected, taking on a darker hue as it descends. Ooh. It's going all red. Like delirium.
What have you done?
They're so quiet.
I found him like this. Why is your blade drawn?
Uh-oh.
You're crazy. Stay back.
They're fighting amongst one another. That ain't no good. An expedition log. This leather-bound logbook has property of the Valiant Trading Company stamped inside its cover. Most of the pages are dark brown and stiff, stained with some dark aromatic beverage. A few pages have been ripped from the end. I'm just gonna try my best with the voice. We set out at dawn on orders from Governor Alvari. She's heard rumors of luminous Adra at a place called Poko Kohara. Unfortunately, the place is said to be surrounded by storms and it doesn't appear on any of our charts. But we're told the locals at Tikawara may be able to help. 20 Rialto. I'd heard stories of bad run-ins with the Wana tribes, but Chieftain Ruanu and the tribe at Tikawara welcomed us warmly, fed us as well, could be expected, and marked Poko Kohara. Fed as well as could be expected and marked Poko Kohara on our maps. He seems to believe the storms are magical, or else the will of the gods. I hold out hope that they can be stopped. Second, Majalta. Left for Poko Kohara this morning. Vector wasn't happy about being left behind, but he was too sick to travel and Beza was losing patience. I haven't seen a Rawatayan ship since we left Nekataka, but she's still afraid they'll beat us there. Fifth, Majalta. Storms were some of the worst I've seen, but we made it. We set up camp by the cliffs, but we're all looking forward to getting into the ruins. At least it'll be dry in there. Seventh, Majalta. We lost Kian and Olara today. I don't know what, but something about this place seems off. The others feel it too. It's open. The murals here are incredible. Proof that the Inquitans met ancient Awana 2,000 years ago. They might have even built this place. I keep trying to explain this to Beza, but she won't listen. We found the top of the Adra vein. It is glowing, but Beza says we have to go deeper. So I'm guessing they were down here for days on end, that they forgot, about time's travel.
Leave it to me.
Upon this mural, an Inquithan raises a sacrificial knife over a pliant Juana figure. Okay. So the Juana doesn't look like it's struggling.
My fingers be fat and furry,
Well,
but they're ever so
pick them.
easy breezy
We got
wet
pick
hands.
them.
I think I can't see you, you sneaky bastard.
Animat. Okay. Has he friends? A corrupted Adra animat. Are they friendly with each other?
It's mine now.
Go
This
for
thing
it.
isn't doing the job.
Oh, that guy's charging up a swing.
Let's do this.
Yikes, that's a big cleave, wasn't it?
Worthen Roth.
He wasn't that tough, was he, though?
I don't be supposing we could blow it up. My fingers be fat and swapped and sparked.
Okay.
My eyes are peeled.
So what was that all about? Why were they squaring off with each other? Was the other one trying to analyze the other?
Leave it to me.
The etchings upon this sarcophagus have been worn down past illegibility. Legibility. It's eligible for a person, I guess. It looks like a secret door there. Looks like a pretty big hallway here. Entrance to like a greater sacrificial room or something.
I see a soul in the darkness. One ready for reaping.
I don't know if it's got a soul or not. There's some stairs up there. Wow, this is also a pretty grand walkway area. That looks like a club in the sand there. A torch in the shadows. Okay, we got some zombies about.
Hey, watch it with that.
Oh god. That's a lich. Okay. Joti, back off. Adair, go smack that guy. Seraphin, step over there. Aloth, step back. Okay.
After him!
These, I think, are a lich. Oh goodness, skeletons. Head over here and intercept the dare. Okay. Need to just smack the big boy. Sakharas.
You like that?
Alright. Lich is down. Lindsay spellcaster. Everything did blow up over here, though.
Sure.
He had a black pearl. You could barely make out the words upon the sarcophagus. Here rests the head that bore a crown of devotion. Devotion to his work? I don't know.
I shall be discreet.
Wait, look there.
Is he gonna see us? No, he doesn't care. Okay. Let's head back this way into that room. Okay. Oh. Oh, there's sentries everywhere about. Okay.
Let's go. That's me you're hitting!
Alrighty. Didn't realize there were sentries about.
Let's do this. After him!
Nice and quiet.
I see a soul in the darkness. One
That's
ready for reaping.
Spiders? I don't know if spiders have souls. Keep on saying these things, Joti, but not much clicking in between your brain cells, is there? We've got a bunch of gunpowder stacked up on that wall there.
Done and done.
Makes me think of
Yes?
something. A little thing called fireball. Goodness. And what do you know? The wall is broken open. There goes any option of stealth into that room.
A Lloyd's foot and an heavy bullet, I cap.
Oh, there's a key on this guy. There's gotta be a trap on that. Nothing? Free treasure. Ooh, soulbound dagger. And another black pearl. Okay. Let's see if we can get back into this hallway. This side bridge meets up along with this main path. So there's sentries in this room. I can see that. Oh, trap! That's a lot of traps.
You'd be like it's not to break the brat down if you keep pushing us, Cap.
I didn't realize you were that stupid to step on one trap to disarm the other. My bad. And I forgot to make you stealth too. So everyone else, break stealth. Don't go that way. Okay. Come back this way. Adair's gonna go deal with that skeleton warrior. Fine. Okay. There's a lot of skeletons all of a sudden over here. Aloth, we want you to help take out these guys over here. Which ones is it? This one. Leap to additional targets.
You like that? This thing isn't doing the job.
Ain't you got the decency to die?
Okay. Almost got them there. Probably one more of those. Rolling. Tunk's looking pretty sad there.
Mo is excellent.
Tunk's down. Okay. Do anything else for him? I don't have to revive. Dang it.
Now you be right screwed.
But it's just the saint now. You can just knock him down. Buy yourself some extra time there. Oh goodness, that's a wall of flame, Adair. Okay.
Deny.
Mo is exceed honest.
Got it.
Joti cares for Tunk. That's good to see. She's got a good head about her shoulders sometimes. When it comes to taking care of friends, she knows what's up. Alrighty. Wrenched knee for Roland as well. Okay.
Moving quietly.
So what is this? Small grooves run the length and breadth of this altar, directing the flow of blood towards a central channel. Is this how they put their souls into the constructs? It's very Predator-esque or Aliens-esque.
Sacrificial chamber.
Okay, we got a few more corrupted Adra animats. Oh, that's a sigil of nightmares. Everyone back up. We don't want to be anywhere close to that thing.
All think we're wrong.
Wasn't asking.
I'm going to take out that sigil of nightmares. Get away from it. Oh, goodness. There. -2 resolve. One smacking that thing. We don't want to be any close to it. Immune. Okay. Aloth can smack it.
Why not?
Okay. Key unlocks this. We got more stairs.
Leave it to me.
Looks like some traps are still going off. Wonder what that's all about.
Tell me. I shall.
Is it ever gonna hit this direction? Wonder if we want to destroy those. Okay. That's 2 of them destroyed. Sneak in a little closer. So it bounces off of that and goes that way. How about that? Okay. So there's a little less lightning popping or going around. Once again, less lightning. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just hoping that smashing enough things breaks the trap. Whatever it is, what might be going on. Which, it would appear so.
Why not?
A woman lies dead on the tiles, her skin discolored with decay. Her rent flesh sloughs away to reveal bone. No maggots or bugs have reached her here, which only means that there's more of her left to assault your nostrils. A sword lies discarded beside her. A pack lies beneath her arm, and the barest wisp of essence hovers over her body. The woman's body lies at the end of a trail of smeared, crusted blood. The damage to her armor suggests a fight, though it looks like her attackers allowed her to crawl away to die. Holding your breath, you kneel to search the body. As you handle her remains, clumps of muscle and flesh fall off, raising a fresh wave of rot. Most of her belongings are slimy and rancid with putrescence, but her pack has escaped the worst of it. Inside, you see a few torn pages and a carved figurine. They look like they were ripped from a book or journal. They're brown and warped with spilled drink and scrawled with a few brief entries. These pages have been torn out of a larger book. They are stained brown and stiff with some dark, fragrant liquid. The entries begin thus. I wanted so badly to find Poko Kohara, and now we are stuck here. No one dares to leave while the Titan roams outside, so we must hope we can find another exit somewhere in the ruins. Olara must have triggered it. It did not move until she began prying open the door, and before we knew it, it had Jin. The others did not say it, but I know they blame me for failing to save him. Smudges of dirt from the author's hand streak the page around the next entry. Olara is gone too. We move more slowly now, wary of traps and monsters. I detest this creeping about, and Dueno's stomping nearly makes it all pointless. But Falero has almost lost his nerve. I do not think he can take another nasty surprise. The next entry is filled with big crooked letters that loop and swoop like a child's. The others sleep. We decided against candles or campfires. So I write in the glow of the Adra. It is good because I hear something moving in the dark, even if the others do not. Valero insisted that we move slowly so he could study the murals and the patterns in the floor. He thinks to save us from mishaps like the ones that befell Gian and Olara. None of that will help if the creatures here catch us. Dueno hides a limp, but the way he looks at Valero and me makes me think he is hiding something else too. They grow more and more paranoid with every hour in this place. When they awaken, we will press forward so that we may be done with it. In the meantime, I will keep the pages with my own observations. I cannot trust the others with them. The next entry is hastily scribbled. Valero lost the logbook and accuses me of sabotage. Sabotage! He is so busy sketching these murals that he forgets why we are here. But I saw the Adra and I understood. This place is sick. We are here to cure it. But Valero says the Juana were here long ago, that the murals prove as much. I think one Amawa looks much like another, but he gave me an idea. Right now, we spend blood and treasure searching for luminous Adra. Our task would be much easier if we could make regular Adra luminous by enriching it with live souls. As I look at the equipment the Withens built here, so like the machines our animancers construct, I wonder if they once did this very thing. And we have the villagers of Tikawara so eager to help. When we return to Nakataka, I will present my idea to Nueva Alvari. I do not think Director Castol has the stomach for it. Nor my companions, I fear. Well, that turned real dark real quick. To read her soul, see of how she died. The brief images you see are scattered and confused. You are an explorer with the Valian Trading Company, and you are searching the ruins with your comrades. At least, they used to be your comrades. Now, you're not so sure. Things have been going wrong ever since you got to this island. First with Gian, then Olara. Though it might have started earlier, on Tikawara, maybe when Vector fell sick. You hear a scream in the distance. You don't know where the others are. You don't know why there's blood on your hands. You don't know why it's so hard to think. But you remember that you were supposed to be quiet to avoid the notice of whatever is down here. Something moves in the darkness. Okay, this figurine probably is a key to something. The wooden figurine has the body of a woman and the head of a fish, with beady eyes and a gaping snaggletooth maw. It's pale and rough textured, like it was carved recently. So someone was praying to Ngati. Okay.
Careful, Watcher. That thing's got a nasty hex on it. Confusion feels like.
Joti's nose crinkles as she leans closer to examine the figurine. You feel a sudden, sharp headache. Let's grab the weapon. The saber boasts a viciously serrated edge. Despite the state of its former master, the blade appears to be in good condition, and you retrieve it. Okay. So I'm a little confused now, maybe? I don't think so. Barrett is here to protect me, remember? The European calendar. It's not that important right now. Right, pronounced it wrong anyways. It's a book that's within the law. Gunpowder there. More skeletons. The Hana figure's sacrifice seems to have supplied the pillar with energy, depicted in a blue flame.
Eh? Sure.
Oh, something's a rumbling.
Leave it to me.
The stone and glass of this contraption vibrates with some internal energy, setting the kappa rings to buzzing. was an earthly life. The life of Juana. Oh, goodness.
Looking at that thing's enough to make me queasy. For the love of God, don't touch it.
It is quite corrupt looking, isn't it? Energy pulses through the twisted column like an irregular heartbeat, straining at the bounding walls. Well, I gotta cure it. The machine at the base of the pillar is in bad shape. The Adra panels are warped and the copper is corroded, but it looks whole. A high keening sound comes from the Adra. You check the copper connections and knobs. Everything appears to be intact, but none of the essence in the pillar runs through it. The keening grows louder. You turn the Adra wheel and adjust some of the sliders. At first, nothing happens. Then you feel a fluctuation in the ether. The wailing grows louder. Essence moves within the Adra, opening a dimension as raw and distorted as a fresh wound. Something in that place pulls at your soul, and the distant voices cry out again. It's the in-between, isn't it? It's calling to me because I'm supposedly supposed to be dead, but, Barrett kind of brought me back-ish. So. The dimension within the Adra is open, tugging at your soul. Well, let's go in, I guess.
You may not proceed until current video has sufficient likes and more content. Then pause the right, subscribe.